finally have seized with the nades. Full Kevlar across the board otherwise. So this is making you think, map control going into B take. And that's exactly what's happening here already, at least. They are just gathering up, looking towards second mid, clearing that out, and just going to apply a little bit of pressure early on here to the A site.
You can see they've left the bomb in a very passive position towards the cart at the bottom of
this is like the NaVi trademark.
Yeah, so they have all their options open to them at the moment, going for that early map control so they can make a decision a bit later on. Again, NaVi are a team who historically like to play things in the last 20, 30 seconds of the round, but in the last few months, we've seen that they can be a lot more aggressive playing against their reputation to their own advantage.
That's definitely valid, actually. We have seen that little change, and that might also be because of, not because of Flamey, obviously, in the earlier months, but Flamey seems to exacerbate that a little bit because he can come in and really just start laying waste, like we saw in the first best of 3 of the day. So looking to see if Flamey can continue, and as I call him out, he actually takes out the Pistol Master himself, takes out Shoxy to begin. So that's a big blow dealt to the defense, and there you go. Kiyoshiba soon to follow. Smith finally able to pick up a frag of his own, but this is looking like NaVi have things well in hand.
Happy once again hanging out around the smoke, trying to see what he can do here. EnVyUs find themselves in a 2 versus 4. NBK in the arch area. This is not going to be easy. They don't have a kit either. Maybe there's one on the floor, but they'll have to go and find it and hope it was dropped in a correct place. So, Happy in library at the moment. NBK looking for some kind of flank, but really they've pretty much run out of time already. And they may try and position themselves to try and get some exit frags here, but can pick up some bonus money. One for NBK. Trade coming in from Edward. Only Happy remains now, running around in CT spawn. He may try and save his armor for the following round. Nice shot onto Zeus. I think he saw his shadow coming before he saw the player, so he was well poised to get a quick headshot there. And that will be the first round in favor of NaVi.
And Happy actually getting caught out. He's going to make it, though. Okay. But that was a lot of just big plays coming in from Happy, or rather, not from Happy, but from NaVi. They all sound, Envy, NaVi, Happy. There's too many E's in this game. But as far as NaVi are concerned, just opening up strong, doing a lot of damage to Smith's originally when he peaked mid, and then also being able to pick off Shoxy in apartments. That was just too good for NaVi to say no to. They're like, okay, we know that we severely weakened the defense on the A site. We're just going to go crashing in and take advantage of this. So really solid play there by NaVi, just going with the flow and managing to pick up the pistol round, which is the perfect start. But now they're odds, right? They're up against the CZ Masters themselves.
They are indeed. It's still a standard layout here from Envy. An aggressive position for Shox. He is in the apps with that CZ looking to bring somebody's parents to tears. But there won't be any engagement yet. Nearest person to him is Flamey at the moment. He's just holding an angle. We'll see if one of them starts to get hungry for a frag soon. Still a minute on the clock here for NaVi. Quite curious to see what they start to do in the buy rounds. We've seen in previous times Guardian throw fakes from second mid towards the B site as an A push comes in. But for now, it is Shoxy going to engage Edward, but not going to get the frag. It's going to be an early advantage here for NaVi.
Yeah, once again, Guardian does get taken fairly low in that exchange, but the damage is done. They do manage to pick up the kill. The question is now whether NaVi decide to commit to this, and I'd be amazed if they went elsewhere. They've only got 35 seconds left on this clock, so they are going to get gathered in here, and the rest of Envy are now starting to close in on this A site, stacking it up. Happy, Smith, Kyoshima, everybody going to be holding very close, but the nades coming in, and now NaVi begin to push.
So they've let Guardian go in first. He was quite tagged, and he basically was the meat shield for the other players with guns. 3 versus 3 now, 20 seconds on the clock, and they still need to get the bomb down. Kishima will be lost in the pit. Happy, though, is just hanging around on site. Takes down the bomb planter. 10 seconds remaining. He picks up an AK. He could win this round for his team. 2 versus 1. They must find the kill here. It's 1 versus 1 now. Flamey to clutch. 3 seconds remaining on the clock. He's going to get the wall bang. Shoot him straight in the face through the box. That was a very costly round for NaVi, but most importantly, they did come out with the W.
They did come out with the round, but man, that was way too close. Love Happy with the ultra bait, and there you go. I was wondering, because of all these kills, are they going to have enough money to actually go for a buy? And they do. They don't hang back. Envy feel like NaVi are weak. They want to take the fight right to him. Happy is going to build on that with the FAMAS and armor, but the rest of them, I mean, that was already so close in that last round. Everybody putting up a good fight on Envy's side, and then Happy just laying in the cut, picking up those 2 to 3 frags. 3 frags in the end, I think, from him. So just overall, no, 2, but overall, just solid work from Envy, actually bouncing back in that second round.
The confidence on this French team is off the charts. They are not concerned with being 2-0 down, losing the pistol on the CT side. They want to keep the pressure game up. That's normally what the Ts want to do to the CTs when their economy is short. But Envy, they don't care about much in this game, apart from fragging people as much as possible. Again, they're in Manchester United mode. Score more goals than you concede. Bomb is heading towards A again here from NaVi, and hopefully they'll give themselves more time to clear the site than the last round.
And that's always the thing with NaVi, right? As soon as you hit a bump in the road, things can go catastrophically wrong when you only have 10 seconds left to make a play. And that once again, we find ourselves in the danger zone. 45 seconds, and NaVi have only just got control of mid. NaVi, or rather EnVy, playing this so carefully, so patiently, not peeking out. The one man here could have been Flamey to pick it up, but Smith is going to go ahead, take a shoulder peek at Arch, and actually spot out the man. That's Zeus taking a little bit of damage there. Kyoshima spots out the man in apartment, so they know that this is going to be an A push, but already the 1-for-1 trade.
Edward was the man to be the meat shield in this round with the Mac 10, but he got shot straight in the face with the 5-7 from Kyoshima. They will take the site though, and again they've lost 3 people here. NBK versus rest of the world to try and take this round for his team. Flamey and Guardian have the smoke down. They got themselves in a post-plant position. They should have a nice trade set up. NBK going to pressure the smoke, going to get a little bit of damage onto Flamey, but he'll have to be very lucky indeed to take this round. They actually lined up for him through the smoke. That could have been a complete catastrophe, but
yeah,
ended up going in Navi's way at the end.
Luckily for NaVi, he had a FAMAS. If he'd had an M4, I bet you he would have picked up at least one of those guys there, but that FAMAS spray is so nasty sometimes to control.
Right, so now we want to see if EnVy are going to continue forcing it up and adding the pressure here, because there have been matches before where they've just forced sport pretty much every single round and ruined themselves in the process.
It's true. It's true. That is a risk that they have to take. And right now, they are going for another kind of semi-force, going up to CZ75, so they are spending money in this round.
But you know that Navi are expecting it, because Edward is once again on the Mac 10 and Zeus has gone for the P90 here. He will be going for the entry, but the CZ will prove superior. Once again, Smiths going Rambo mode, finding the first frag, but they won't be able to pick up the gun just yet. Will be protected by Seized for the time being.
This is so good as well that NaVi managed to drop this, because they know that Seized now has to hang around and be a little bit careful. There you go. Kyoshima peeking out from library is going to spot out one. Smiths gets caught, and Kyo just not lucky with those little peeks. Not going to be able to pick up a kill. He does do some damage, though. And this is going to slow them down somewhat, but Happy is still alive in pit. And the question is whether NaVi are going to make an elementary mistake a la TSM, or if they're going to be thorough and check, and they do not. This is a big opportunity now for Happy to just catch them off guard, but they look at the last second. Flamey turns around and takes out the lurker.
NBK picked up the P90 on Banana, and he is pushing the site with it. Flamey still has a nade. He could have naded the P90 over to his players to throw it over the fence, and hopefully they won't come back to regret that decision. NBK setting himself up for the exit frags there, so they will be safe for now. They don't have the health to try and save their guns in the pit, so they need to choose the right exit strategy here. Otherwise, this could be another expensive round for Navi. They're definitely going to want to survive with at least 3 players, but NBK has other ideas. Oh, he's just about going to miss Seized. Is he going to keep them close enough to the bomb, though?
Yeah, buddy. There you go. They do manage to pick up Flamey. Very close there for Guardian and Seized as well. These are so costly, these rounds for NaVi, and they are just going to barely have enough money here now, Team EnVy, to actually get a healthy buy on the board. They skimp on the helmets, but that's going to allow them to pick up the smokes that they wouldn't have been able to afford otherwise. And now, EnVy looking very good to be able to come back into this, because the economy, they've managed to control the economy for NaVi. NaVi fairly low on money right now, so EnVy know that they just need to pick up a round, and NaVi are going to be in a force buy scenario, and that's going to get very awkward.
Indeed, but 4 rounds already on the T side to start off with is really great news here for Navi. We've got a pop flash coming in. Happy giving NBK entrance to Banana, allowing him to get some early info, try and get an early frag. They won't see anything. That's going to be an instant rotation from Happy over towards the A site, so they're going to strengthen things over there. Smith's rotating to the site as Happy's going to keep an eye on Arch for the time being. Kyoshima, though, getting the first frag onto Guardian as he peeks through Boiler.
That is such a nasty boost used by Kyoshima as well. JW has used it in the past. Like, that is starting to become like a go-to that you just kind of want to throw in there every now and again. And it works out wonderfully this time around. So the entry frag goes EnVy's way. That's going to pressure NaVi. Now with 50 seconds left on this clock, NaVi start to try and push up onto short. They're going to be able to catch Smiths out, and Smiths takes a big step out there and just gets slapped down.
Yeah, but it's Shoxy still in control of the pit for now. So Navi are not that much closer to taking one of these sites, and the time is not on their side here. 35 seconds. We still have smokes down. Happy, though, starting to ask questions about the map, rotating over towards the B site where NBK is playing deep indeed. And Happy, he's playing Speedway at the moment. Not sure which site to commit to, and that's because Navi have not shown EnVy the bomb. And Navi being Navi, EnVy will not know what's going to hit him until it's maybe too late. Shoxy, though, still in the pit, still in control of things, gets traded by Flamey. 3 versus 2 now as bomb gets planted for short.
This is a catastrophe for Happy. I mean, for EnVy, unless they can actually get in here and get a kill immediately. going for a retake is just going to be so difficult for them. Even with the 2-on-3, they have HP, but they have very limited nades. They do have a kit on Happy, but NBK needs to not get caught by Zeus, and he checks the angle in mid. That's a big frag right there, but Happy getting pushed back. They're just running out of time right now, Envy, but they choose to force the issue.
Happy stuck behind the smoke. One frag there, but Flamey still in control of Pit. He's got 12 HP, and I think Happy is just about... Oh, he could have time for this. It's going to be a close one.
He's got it. This is it. They are just barely going to get it through. What a decision there. The fact that NBK picks off Zeus, and then for them to be able to find the man on site so quickly.
That's that kill on Zeus. If he doesn't make that, they don't win the round.
No, Happy backs off. Like if NBK dies there, Happy has to back off. I mean, if Zeus is anywhere else, if all three of them are alive on the A site, they don't make that round because they would be wasting so much time having to hunt out like 3 guys either on the site, graveyard, pit, 2 in pit, 1 on site. You know, just a nightmare to think about it. So Envy, they kind of got gifted that round there by NaVi, and they are just not going to let it go. They keep applying the pressure here.
Yeah, and if they had lost that round, they would have been in a very bad situation indeed. But it was the W they got. So see if it can continue. Guardian finds himself on the Deagle, having lost his AWP in the previous round. Players did have a chance to pick it up in second mid, but opted to continue with AKs. And in this situation, considering Flamey's performance on Dust 2, I think I'd give Flamey the, well, he was handy with the Deagle, but it was even handier, in fairness, with the AK. So we'll just leave him with that for the time being. He has fallen, though, so that will be a gun for Guardian to pick up. Trades coming in here. Zeus taking down Smiths.
You have to be very careful there. Kirishima, when he takes this fight, needs to just stay very quick, get behind that car, and they're going to stack up here in pit. Shoxy's up on balcony as well, and Happy with the quick rotation through library, picks up a double. He's going to open it up, but then the 6 spray down from Seized to turn it right back around and get 2 kills. Happy looking to deny that plant, but there you go. The bodyguard Guardian doing exactly what he needed to do. And once again, we find ourselves in such a close situation. NBK going for a 1v2 retake.
That desperation plant, though, put both players on very low HP indeed. So this is very doable for NBK. He pretty much needs 1 bullet on each player. He's quite low himself, 19 HP remaining. He's picked up a kit as well. Can seize. Oh, he reloads his gun just in time. That's going to be another round for NaVi, and that is going to break EnVyUs once again.
That's a catastrophe for Envy. Now the money is reset for them. I mean, basically Seized just walked forward and gifted that round to NaVi. The fact that he gets a double spray in pit, that both players happen to be standing right on top of each other, those 2 kills were crucial. If he gets one of the pit guys, it's still not one for NaVi because the other one's still alive behind Pillar. He's somewhere, and they're going to have to worry about getting backstabbed. The fact that he single-handedly clears it up like that just made that round for NaVi. And it's such a crucial one as well. If NaVi had lost that, they'd have been ecoing. Now it's Envy who are back to pistols.
EnVyUs won only 1 round, a single round. And they lost round again. Their loss bonus is completely reset. This is worst case scenario here. 5 out of 6 rounds on the T side here for NaVi. That is pretty insane. You saw an early exchange there with NBK putting Zeus down to 8 HP, but he's still alive here. Has had the Mac 10 thrown over to him, and there's a flank in mid already, but there's a flank on the flank. Zeus behind Shox. Oh, he's going to run out of bullets. Finds a headshot onto NBK, goes back for Shoxy, won't be able to take him down as well. Shoxy finds himself last man standing, picks up the Mac 10, but not enough to even fire a bullet. He will fall. That's another round for NaVi.
Yeah, what a bumpy one as well. I mean, going pretty much according to plan for NaVi, keeping 4 guys alive. Still amazed that Shoxy was able to get that kill, that he was still able to actually pick that up. Zeus getting a little ahead of himself there, perhaps. But regardless, they do manage to do at least a little bit of damage to NaVi's economy, keeping it somewhat reasonable, somewhat honest. Envy, however, they're going for another 4 spy. FAMAS's, a swag 7 on NBK, just very limited gear to work with here. I mean, decent nade count, but still the rifles, they would much rather have M4s right now.
You can see on your mini-map that NBK is holding a very aggressive position in the banana area. Happy just flashed him in once again so he could try and peek, get a cheap kill with the Mag 7, but there was nobody home. Knocking on the door, but there was no answer. Happy once again rotating over towards the B site, but the bomb is still bottom of banana at the moment. Seized and Guardian starting to head up that way as the rest of the team pressure the apps.
This is all about finding a weakness in Envy's situation. If they can find Envy getting a little antsy, starting to peak a little early, if they can get a free kill somewhere. NaVi have left the bomb in basically the most movable area. Like, you're just going to be able to run B or run A with it, and they aren't going to waste too much time. But it seems like now they've had enough action on A. It's time to set up for a B play. And 45 seconds left means that NaVi, they're going to have some time to set up. Like, look at all the Molotovs. They have everything they need to just fully swamp out this site, cover it in smoke, and just get in there for the plant.
On the flip side, EnVyUs have well, they had one smoke, which have just thrown. They've still got a bunch of flashbangs, though. If they put them in the right place, then they may be able to hold on for their teammates to rotate. But I think the push is about to come in from the T's here. First frag, NBK. Second frag, NBK. Third frag, Happy. This is a great start here for EnVyUs. The rotation is coming in. 2 revenge frags here for NaVi. They've got the site. They're going to plant the bomb. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 retake here for EnVyUs. Flamey only on 22 HP. He needs to get headshots here. Otherwise, this could go to EnVyUs.
I've actually asked more there. Shoxy instead is going to be taking quite a bit of damage in this duel in Banana, but Edward is now the last man alive, and they know where he is. He should be somewhere in pool. Very quick, clean kill coming in for Kiyoshima, playing off the information gain there from their teammates. But I almost want to say, I know they got 3 frags, and a lot of that is off of NBK, but I feel like Happy should have been able to pick up another one there. I feel like it should have been a little bit more decisive once NBK started, shredding them with the shotgun. I feel like Happy should have been able to step in and add a little bit more to that. But Envy still pick up the round, so that's the important part. And NBK is filthy rich.
NaVi not opting for the AWP at the moment, finding success just with unscoped rifles, and that will continue for now. EnVyUs double their score to a measly 2 versus the 6 of NaVi here. On the less favoured side, you can see that the nades are indeed quite limited on this round for NaVi compared to the last. So looking at the cash in the bank, though, they've left themselves with quite a bit. So I think they've gone for a conservative buy here. So worst case scenario, they can still buy in the next round. That's a great start from Zeus, taking down Happy, opening up the map for NaVi, as there's still 1:20 on the clock here.
And they know that Kiyoshima is playing on short. This is his usual spot. Smith has been picked off from Arch. NaVi are just reading Envy like a book right now. Happy getting caught out, Smith's getting caught out, and this is just forcing a massive rotation out of Envy to try and plug the gaps, try and cover more ground. They've had to put the second man, Shoxy, over on Arch side. So he's going to be the one holding there, but NaVi are looking to wrap around on this A side, coming from different angles. They've got mid, but they've also got apartments now to come to start, applying the pressure here.
You have to wonder if EnVyUs are going to start to get itchy feet. With only 3 people to cover 2 bomb sites, they may have to try and close down the map and take some risks here to stay in this round. 40 seconds on the clock, and it's still only NBK, cold and lonely, on the B bomb site. May have some Molotovs coming his way soon.
And NaVi making the perfect decision here. Although this comes down to Kiyoshima getting that pick right there and the early rotation from Shoxy. They figured it out. Envy, they saw this coming. They knew that NaVi would waste some time and then head over to the least defended site. Problem is, now the rotation has come through, and Envy should be in a decent spot to be able to at least do some damage.
Well, that's not going to go their way, really. Actually, it's quite reasonable, and Kiyoshima, he's quite close to the site as the bomb goes down. There's a gap in the smoke, but he's going to find somebody in construction. They need to find a trade here. If Edward goes down, they're going to be in trouble. He finds a frag. They have 22 HP between them, but they're winning the rounds. That's all that matters at the end of the day. These rounds can be as expensive as they want to be for NaVi, but they're still getting the W almost every time. 7-2 against EnVyUs. Nobody could have called this start.
No, that's the thing. Nobody could have predicted this. And on top of everything else, NaVi, as you pointed out, they weren't even spending all their money. They were kind of banking on just being able to continue to buy, right, round after round, to keep just Envy on their back heels. So NaVi have everything they need here to rebuy and get fully equipped, no problem at all. Edward even being a little cheeky, going for the Mac 10 buy, just make a little bit more money if he gets the chance, if he can run in on him. And look at this, they're going right into the stack. This is actually worst case scenario for Edward.
Yeah, this is a suicide push. He was meat shield with the Mac 10, but the rest of his team are not far behind him. They need to clean up this operation or realize what's going on, but it may be too late as there's only 2 of them left versus 3 EnVyUs players. That smoke actually going to do them a favor at the front of the site. Going to allow them to reset the situation, reload their guns, and it's going to be a trade there. Guardian versus Kiyoshima. Now Kiyoshima's got no armor, he's got no gun, he's got no nades, he's got a USP, he's got a 007 versus Guardian. If he can get a quick tap in, he could easily win this for his team. He's picked up an AK now. This is anyone's.
And I don't think Guardian saw him there. I don't think Guardian spotted him go into construction. Oh, is this going to work out for Kiyoshima? Is Guardian going to check the right angle at the right time? He does not. Walks right into Kiyoshima. And of all the places for Kiyoshima to be, that was perfect.
3-7 in favor of EnVyUs. And as bad as things look now, it could end 8-7. So don't count EnVyUs out of this just yet.
Pardon me?
Oh, so it could end 8-7.
Oh, yeah.
They could still finish in the lead. Yeah, and they've got the full buy. Look at all the nades on EnVyUs as well. And you're starting to see the limits here from of NaVi's economy. But bear in mind, Happy and Shoxy and NBK do not have helmets. We have Flamey with a Tech 9, so helmets not going to really matter that much. But Guardian as well. And Zeus with Galils. So basically they have 5 AKs on NaVi if they go up against those 3 players.
Yeah, exactly right. So just some risk taking here taken by Envy, but basically what they're counting on NaVi being able to go up for the AKs, still having a little bit of money back in the bank. So Envy, a little bit of an error of judgment here as far as how much money NaVi actually have to throw into the fray. It's not going to be the end of the world because they were able to just pick up more nades, and that's also going to make the difference here. If they can keep NaVi out, because NaVi they have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to work with here for an A take. And with 50 seconds left, they need to get that kill. And just as I say it, Smiths gets picked off by Zeus, who's been doing an excellent job getting entries.
Happy trying to abuse the smoke as he does all the time, but not on this occasion. He's going to have somebody ready and waiting. But to make that 3 revenge kills here for EnVyUs, they start to take the lead once again. 35 seconds remaining. Shoxy goes down in the arch area. Now, there's no vision of arch for the moment for Envy. NaVi could, for all they know, be pushing A. They could be wrapping towards B, which is what NBK is positioned for. Or they could be going back down banana. They could be doing anything at the moment. It's going to be Kiyashima to find Guardian, to take him down. 1 versus 2 now. Edward has to find and finish off Kiyashima before the rotation comes in. It's not going to happen, and Envy start to close the gap.
Yeah, they do manage to get some good kills there. Kiyashima playing excellently from the pit there, just playing the angles, closing it off, and even if he spotted both of them, he closes it again, takes the one, and then just turns it into a bit of an aim gamble battle. Where am I going to come from next, right? And wins it out that time. So nicely done there by Kiyashima. Another round that he manages to pick up for Envy. NBK was there, but not really. He was on the other side of the map, right? So not the biggest difference made.
You can hear a pin drop in this arena every time Envy win a round.
It was the same thing for TSM, right? TSM win, nothing. A frag happens for NaVi, though, and the whole place goes wild. So, I mean, this really is home turf for NaVi. The fans are here to see them win.
See if they can do it. It's currently 3 players pressuring the B bomb site. Right now, NaVi just looking to bait the counter grenades here from EnVyUs. They want to exhaust their supply sooner rather than later. So when they finally do push a site, there is little to no defense but the guns here for EnVyUs. You can see NBK again playing the Mag 7. He's currently playing first oranges, pop flashing from barrel to have a quick look, but nobody's there just yet. He's going to get smoked off as the nades come in here for NaVi.
And a perfect take on the way here for NaVi. They've got all the smokes down, the Molotovs as well. The flashes are in, and that forces the rotation. Happy and NBK. Smiths and Kiyashima trying to close the gap, but it's down to the 2 players here on this B site for now to do the damage. Tech9's just barreling down, and there you go. The first one coming in from Guardian. Takes out NBK. Happy will be able to spray through that smoke, however, and actually pick up a return frag, and the damage is being dealt. Shoxy comes in from Banana, looks for the second frag, but he does not get it.
3 versus 3 now. NaVi trying to keep these short distances, so when EnVyUs push, they get wrecked by the Tech9s. The clock is ticking. There are 2 kits on the 3 players here, so they still have time to do this. Engagements going on all over the map. Trades coming in. 1-man advantage now. Only Flamey remains. All he needs is a shot to the face of the Tech9. He's going to get flanked as well. Shot straight in the head with the 007.
And they have the kit on Smiths. They have the kit on Smiths. This should be good. But again, look at how close it is. Look at how little time they leave themselves for that defuse. Both of those players running after Flamey as well. But behind new boxes like that, it is the case where if one of them was to sit on that plant and the other were to go hunt Flamey, Flamey could just play Ring Around the Rosie the entire time, and the diffuser is completely exposed. So both of them had to go and root him out, just sandwich him in, and they just barely have enough time. I mean, that is a little bit of a lucky break there for Envy, that they just barely get that diffuse off.
NaVi fought the law, and the law won. And now Guardians pulled out the big guns once again. It's not going to be an AK on this occasion. It's got the big green. We'll see if he can take anyone out with it. We've got the pop flashes once again here for Envy. They seem to be doing this on a timing pretty much every single round. That's the first time I've seen them have a glimpse of somebody in the banana area. That is seized for the time being. NBK coming out once again, and he will take down Seize this time.
It's a good kill. That's also going to give them some information as far as the setup is concerned. Happy may start thinking about moving towards Speedway, but they haven't gathered anything else, however. Look at how passively they're holding on that A side, even stacking 2 guys in new corner on Arch side. So, I mean, this is going to be basically the bait and switch. Smith is going to draw the attention, and Kiyashima is going to lie in the cut and wait and hope that NaVi go running past after Smiths. So we'll see if they can actually do that damage. But then again, Smiths lines them up and gets a double kill.
And Zeus, he has no idea what's about to hit him. And here he gets taken out. All of a sudden, it's Edward in a very cold and lonely place on his own without the bomb. Flash coming in from Kiyashima, goes for the 1.6 star peak before the flash goes off. And Happy will get the crossfire there to take him down. So, EnVyUs with a late comeback into this half. But still, it is still a great half for NaVi, even if they lose the remaining 2 rounds.
Interesting to see that Smith's asked for that AWP as well. He hasn't been feeling very confident in his opping ability recently. He is an opper who can use it on Inferno. He likes to go for the peaks mid and hold arch side. That's usually his domain, where he decides to set up shop. As we can see here, he's going to take an early peak mid and get chased back. So has to play it safe, doesn't want to overexpose himself, but then he just holds down a certain angle, right? A lot like Hoocher did with Hellraisers. You know, several operas, they favor this style.
Sometimes it's like, Smith's is like when Rambo's in the jungle and the general comes looking for him and he's like, I don't want to go back. And he's just kind of hanging around in the zone. And then sometimes he just goes full Rambo and just slaughters everyone. But it's going to be Flamey into the pit now with the only rifle on Navi's side, the ecoing Navi side. And versus 4, can't see him doing much more. That's going to be that for that round as we go into the last. Looking at the money, there's possibility for Guardian to buy the AWP, and of course that's exactly what he's going to do. With the Kevlar, not much more for him. So we'll see. We did say 8-7 was possible for EnVyUs, and they are well on the way, but it's actually happy with just a, I was going to say just a Tech 9, but
I'm starting to think that this is Envy.
They've just dropped a bunch of rifles in spawn at the moment, actually. He keeps switching between an AWP. I think he's carrying an AWP to position.
He does that sometimes, Happy. He'll carry the AWP over, and he'll keep his M4 there as well. So he's got like this double thing. If they take a peek and banana, he can slap him down with the AWP, and then if they rush, he swaps out to the M4 and just lays waste.
That man is genius.
He's brilliant when he's got the money, man.
He's left his M4 by the truck, should he need it. And he can just go for a few pot shots through that smoke. See if he can strike lucky. Very nice play there by Happy.
It's very clever stuff. We're going to see exactly what Navi can do because they also have a good economy. They got everything that they needed here to be able to take over, but flash up and no peak, no reward there for Guardian, rather, behind that peak. So they're able to spot it out, but they aren't able to really get anything to go off of here. NaVi continue to pressure towards Boiler, towards Short, and you can see the collapse here from Envy. Everybody is here for Envy. They look to just shut this down hard.
It's a party on A, and they want in. Kishima trying to hold down the short area. Has got the first frag onto Guardian, but Edward will get the trade. Shoxy is still in the pit. He's got 12 HP, but he's still in the pit, and they need to take him down if they want to plant this bomb on the A bomb site.
Happy just scaring them off of Arch right now. Shoxy's going to get caught. He gets burned to death, but he still takes one with him, and Happy's in position to hold this angle, takes the shot preemptively, and then he just walks out into Zeus's waiting arms. Zeus with the AWP catches him completely out, and NBK once again finds himself in this 1v2 retake position, and this time it is not meant to be. Zeus, the last 2 kills of the round, the last 2 kills of the half, and Navi will pick up the 8th round.
Zeus striking Envy with lightning to take that last round.
That's too bright.
He's spraying light bulbs at them. Semler. He's throwing torches.
More of that then, if that's what it takes. I mean, Navi with 8 rounds. I don't think anybody could have predicted this kind of turnaround. I mean, maybe on the outside chance, it seems like Envy more and more, they need like time to warm up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they need to get going, and it seemed like they started to get a good stretch there. It wasn't until the 15th round that Navi were able to get back in that. But
even at halftime, I think they're still like, I think they're still nonplussed. I think they're still like, this is cool, guys.
Yeah.
We're just going to run around and wreck. And now they have the freedom. This is like the old Mayday riots in London. They've just been let off the chain. The police can't stop them, and now we're going to see some madness. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll get completely shut down and arrested. We're about to find out.
Well, it seems like Navi have done their homework. Look at this. 3-man stack over on the B site. Bit of a Titan play here. Just gathering up early on, and they don't seem to be moving either. They really are counting on Envy going to the B site. So this is going to be it. Smoke, flash, and Envy begin the push.
And they're going to get the first frag as well. Trade coming in from Flamey. Guardian going to give them the CTs an advantage. He's forced back to the construction area while his teammate tries to hold things down for him. She knows is Guardian still on site, but NBK will take him down. So 2 versus 1 now. NBK, he's got 1 digit of health. Not even 10. Will get finished off with a headshot. That's a big round for NaVi. That is a huge round for NaVi. That puts him in a very good position so far. But Semler, is it a Tech 9 party? If so, I've got the party hat. I've got the red cups. Pass me a drink.
Like the little kazoo. I mean, come on, really? Again, well,
my body is ready.
Dude, NaVi have picked up both pistol rounds now. Now we have to see if Envy can come back into it with the Tech 9s. I mean, they're like world famous for being like the CZ Tech 9 combo team. They're there to ruin your day on the 2nd round. So now we have to see if they can do it again, if they're going to go for an all-out rush or not. They've got 2 smokes and a flash. So 2nd mid to mid, maybe. Catch Guardian out in case he went for a scout, something along those lines. They do seem to be converging fairly quickly here, and they aren't really stopping, it looks like. They just flash their way in. It smokes down. 1 is in.
Semler, this is a conga line of cold steel heading towards the A bomb site. They've been given Arch for free, but it's going to be Guardian getting the first frag there with the FAMAS. Can these frags continue for the CT side? Happy's going to trade things up. Edwards on the site with one frag, tries to spray down. NBK will get the frag there. So there's a one-man advantage now for EnVyUs, and they've got the bomb in the site. Can they get the plant down though? Flamey trying to stop them. He will fall as well. And a Tech9 party continues, excuse me. Semler, straight through the A site, straight through the craniums of NaVi. Yeah. How are you feeling right now?
And I love that Happy ends it. Like, I'm actually kind of exulting right now because Happy ends it with the C set as well. The last kill, it's like, the Tech9s, they're kind of new school and all that. I'm old-fashioned. I haven't changed.
He's classic.
Like
vintage. He's wearing tweed.
He's wearing tweed. There you go. Like, what is this? He takes just a cloud of milk, just a cloud. Now NaVi are the ones who to go for the force up, and we saw what Flamey was capable of with the Deagle earlier, and he spots a man out in Banana. Does Happy stick around for this? Do you really play with the beast after what he demonstrated versus TSM earlier?
2 frags going the way of EnVyUs. This is a force buy here for NaVi, trying to even things up, but it is not going their way. Flamey and Seized, last people standing. NBK dancing around with 1 HP.
Happy knows. Yep. Easy kill for Happy. Always in the lurk position. You always have to suspect that if they've got control of the site, Happy can't be there. He has to be somewhere else on the map just waiting to catch you as you rotate.
Happy's the kind of guy who has Cucumber in his gin and tonic while he fires a CZ remorselessly at your cadaverous body.
I was thinking extra olives, but okay, I can go with that.
Seized he's in a bad place right now.
It's a dark place. A cold and lonely place, perhaps?
It's a cold and lonely place.
Oh, it's life. Okay. And, oh, he doesn't make it. Happy, well, you see, that's the thing. It's fitting, you know, Happy.
Happy gets him with the heater.
With the grin, he gets him done. Okay, now we actually have Envy coming right back into it. Now Envy seem to be in control, and there is no back and forth this time around where, you know, NaVi are able to come into it with the force buy. They're back to pistols. Envy know it. So this should be Envy getting into the lead here. We shouldn't see another buy round coming up for NaVi unless they decide to play dirty and buy up in the 20th.
EnVyUs, a.k.a. Bedlam Boys, running around causing havoc.
Do they really want to keep Guardian off an AWP early, though? That's the thing. Or do they want to just go ahead, be confident, and wait? I don't even know. Goodbye, Happy.
Happy has left the building, but A has been taken over by the remainder of his crew. He will be a martyr to the cause. We'll name a road after him. Bomb's gone down, and we'll see if NaVi tries to push the site or if they just position themselves to go for some exit kills, try and pick up some weapons from the EnVyUs players. You can see Smith's trying to keep control of CT for the moment. They will presume that Arch is free. You can see NBK top mid there, so they've got their exit strategy down.
Yeah, there's the peak already. NBK catches out Flamey, but they do have 2 guys waiting in apartments. That's not going to be where the action is, however. They're going to head over towards B site. NBK, is he going to be able to pick up the other one? Yes, he does take out Guardian. And Guardian just looking to do the damage to hope that he could have stayed alive another couple seconds so that NBK went up with that bomb. Instead, it's just going to be Shoxy dropping low. NBK gets away far enough there. Edward not going to find a kill here on the exit. And Edward was basically there to be a minder for Seized, to make sure that Seized stayed alive with that FAMAS so they can hold on to that and save some money in this round.
Okay, so the buy is coming out for NaVi again.
Are they for real right now? They went with the buy like that? See, I was thinking...
Wow.
You know, if you're confident in your CT side, you can afford to eat another round of eco. You buy some 5.7s, maybe a Deagle, something like that, right, and look to do some damage in this round. But instead of that, NaVi are like, nah, Guardian doesn't need an AWP. It's all good. We're just going to count on rifles. Like, they don't even have any nades.
Is this fair, though? Are they scared of EnVyUs getting any more rounds? I think it is. I'd be scared if I was up against EnVyUs on... I mean, these guys are lunatics, and they make it work. But the frags are going in favor of NaVi. Huge frags controlling the arch area. The bomb is down as well. That's going to be a full rotation from the remaining CTs. And they could win this round, I was going to say, without anyone going down. Only 1 player lost. That is a massive success for NaVi. And maybe that's just, like, they had, like, no nades whatsoever, basically. But you have to wonder if they're playing against the style of EnVyUs, where they just got to run around the map and try and shoot you. So who needs nades anyway?
It's valid, but that's just a huge mistake on Envy's side. Like, how do you not kill Guardian when he plants his butt down and just sits there at Arch? Like, that's an execution error more than anything, in my opinion.
Guardian hasn't left CT spawn yet, and
no, he's moving around.
Yeah,
he's waiting on a smoke. That's why. Okay, but still, like, yeah, they're, you know, that's a valid thing. You know, okay, if they're just gonna rush us, yeah, we'll just take the fight straight up. But I still think that that's just like tremendous play from Guardian and just tremendous mistakes made by Envy to let him get away with that.
There was an attempt at an entry on the balcony from 2 EnVyUs players. CT was ready, and they basically just scarpered out of there. They're like hyenas looking for food. And someone, the bin owners, come out of his house and they've gone running.
Oh,
First
Flamey,
frag
man.
for Flamey. In control of Banana. And that will just irritate EnVyUs. They may come storming up there like a polar bear, looking for a seal. And indeed, that's exactly what's going to happen. Are they going to capitalize? They have to bank on only one player being in the B section.
But happy with the lurk, as usual, waiting for that rotation to come through. Instead, it's going to be the remaining 2 members here for NaVi, Seized and Guardian getting in position. Guardian turns away from the flash in time. He knows that 2 players are in pole. Seized lines them up, picks up 1. But Guardian is close enough to have an impact here. The 2 remaining members left for NaVi, and Guardian is going to be looking to do something here through the smoke. But it is just going to be Edward, 1v2, and that bomb, it needs to get planted within the next 10 seconds.
Okay, so the bomb is down. They have no idea where Edward is. They're going for the heat and potty setup here. We've got the El Clasico crossfire. Edward's just waiting for one to emerge. Oh, he's seen Happy's ass, but he didn't manage to kick him up there. He has time on his side. He's got the kit. Doesn't get the frag, though. Shoxy. So take this one for Team EnVyUs.
See, there's Dan.
I called Semler Dan earlier. I apologize profusely afterwards.
I actually felt kind of tickled.
So, 1 round advantage. Finally, EnVyUs in the lead after a strong half from NaVi. Can they extend it, though?
No, I think that they certainly can, because now if we thought that first buy was dire or a bit of a risk, look at this force buy coming up from NaVi. They're not messing around. They do not want Envy to start getting momentum, because when Envy start rolling, well, there you go. How do they do it time and time again? Edward and Zeus, and a clever boost as well, just covering short. Envy walked right into it, straight into the blender.
That's twice in a row now. NaVi have had no nades and have needed no nades because EnVyUs have no brakes on that train. It's going through all the stations, breaking barriers.
Dude, it's
and
all
at that time,
out of
it was a
control.
crash. It was a catastrophe. It was a complete disaster. They're keeping NaVi in this game by just being... I mean, they're so aggressive. They're like frothing at the mouth right now. They're just hungry for the frags, but they're just eating bullets.
Exactly.
They're trying to block bullets with their face, and it's not working out.
Well, that's the thing. NaVi right now, they're waving a red cape around, and they are just toying with Envy, who keep going charging right into the bullets. Like, that is not how it's supposed to go, Envy. Pace yourselves. And NaVi, well, NaVi now have got the gear that they need. Still light on nades somewhat, but this is still a perfectly fine situation for NaVi. The thing is that Envy are going to get just more and more frustrated with the situation. If they keep throwing away rounds, we all know how temperamental they can be. As soon as it starts going a little snap, as soon as they start snapping a little bit at each other in the comms, NaVi is just going to be that much further ahead.
Smith gets the opening frag in the mid area, and that's important as Banana is closed for business for the time being. Flamey with the 3rd grenade to throw down there, but he's going to back off following that frag on Smith. Have to be careful not to get shot through smoke as well. It's happened before. They don't want it happening again. Flamey going to go for the more passive smoke at the top of Banana this time. They cannot afford to lose more players and have EnVyUs capitalize on it. But it seems that they're still going to go over towards the A site. Smith's looking for the second engagement here, but we've got passive NaVi players and not looking to peek these Ts straight away. Going to have an inkling as to what's going on as we've got the mollies and nades coming in. NBK going to go down to Zeus, but they're just going to push. They know that he's the arch player and he's in the arch itself. They're just going to wrap all the way around towards the pit player. He's going to be up against 3, maybe 4. Going to get naded, though, a bit prematurely there.
Yeah, good read by Envy there to clear that out with HEs, not letting the pressure open it. Happy is going to be able to pick off Zeus, who is holding it long. Flamey now just going to come charging right around the corner just as the smoke goes off, but he's looking to take advantage of the gap that he sees there. He's not going to be able to pick up Happy, however. Happy still survives with 11 HP, and now the Triangle of Doom is here on the A site, and NaVi are going to be hard-pressed to crack this with the smokes only just now. They should only just now be clearing. It's not leaving them any time at all to work with here.
They're already going for the exit frags. You can see C's positioning himself to punish an exit from Apps. Flamey positioning himself to punish an exit through Arch from Library. It will be C's to find an engagement. Can he do better than NBK did in the previous occasion? Smith's will fall. That's going to be the AWP out of play.
Oh,
and Happy's going to go back for it. He's going to fall down as well. Can he get the AWP for Guardian on top?
Oh,
he won't get there, but damage has been done. 1 round advantage again for EnVyUs. And we are heading towards a clutch map.
Yeah, this is going to be so close. They just have enough money to eke out a buy here, Envy. skimping on the Galil to go for a couple more nades, and like that choice from Smiths. But, man, like all the matches today, apart from NIP, VP have just been all-out brawls. And once again, we're treated to that here. Guardian, however, is going to pick off Kiyoshima early this time. No AWP to try and answer back with for Envy, so they just have to eat it.
You can see the spectator was pointing out that the money is very tight for both teams. It's a war of attrition. Every round we're having one person survive, two people survive. They can't afford to lose any rounds, because if they get broken at the wrong time, that could mean the map. Second frag coming in for NaVi at the hands of Edward, taking down Shoxy.
And there it is, Guardian going for the repeat and almost casually placing his crosshair on NBK and picking up that kill. Now looking towards short, but there's a double stack here on short. Both players playing from pit. Guardian finds Happy through that smoke. Smiths does manage to take out Guardian, so there is that opening, but he's alone. 1v4. Got a couple of flashes to work with, but that's it. He is stuck on short right now, and he has to battle his way out.
He's trying to clutch this. He's trying to do as much damage as possible. Should he die and lose his gun, he's pretty much going to be on the same money as the rest of his team, but he won't be able to save it. And now EnVyUs are in a very weird place, money ranging from $1,500 to $2,500. We'll see if they go for another force up with the Tech 9s, the CZ, or if they will be more conservative.
Do they dare? Do they dare? I think that you have to draw the line somewhere. And yeah, it looks like Happy has reached that line.
Yeah, they're going armorless, but they still want to have some fun. Ain't no party like an EnVyUs party. See if they can close the range, shoot people in the face. Early smoke here from NaVi. I think they're expecting some madness from Envy. So they want to put them at as much disadvantage as possible. If you want to charge, you've got to charge through smoke, and we will cut you down, say NaVi. You've got those pop flashes bouncing off the car. Can use those flashes to peek from the back of the car at the same time. Second smoke coming in. This does mean, though, that NaVi will run out of smoke sooner rather than later. I think we have a... thought there might have been a log boost there from the EnVyUs side, but they're just gonna wait to start charging. All horns down. Got the mollies coming in. NaVi spending all the nades at the moment on the B side.
Yeah, Flamey and Seized. I mean, Seized has only got the incendiary grenade to work with. Flamey is dry on nades. He's got nothing left, so they're just going to begin this push. It's going to be the all-out rush straight onto the B site, but Seized manages to burn one. Flamey getting another two, and this is just going to be stopped cold. Although Happy does manage to come around that corner and take Flamey's head off, it's not going to be good enough. Envy will not be able to pick up this round, and NaVi just continue to stroll on through. No bomb plan for Envy either, and I think that's the biggest blow dealt here, because they're going to buy, it looks like. But if they'd had an extra $800 to work with, this would have been huge for Envy. That would have meant so many more nades. Instead, Smiths has to eat it. I mean, two of them actually are going to go ahead, not go for the rifles, go for Tech 9s, just so that they can afford to pick up some nades.
Yeah, and if they do lose this round, Envy, they will get a good bonus. If NaVi lose the round, they should be able to buy again anyway. So the carnage is going to continue here on Inferno. We've got Smith setting up for a nade, I think, for the pit area. He's not going to throw it. Guardian's going to find the first frag onto Happy. You shall not pass. No, we could have an exit from Boiler. He's going to play Sight with Zeus, it seems. So going to be a strong hold here. And there is actually nobody in the pit for NaVi. And Envy may fall while they look for someone there. Zeus is going to get the frag. Edward following up as well with a trade from Kiyoshima. So 4 versus 2 here. And the EnVyUs players are falling. And there is no plant. And this is not going to be a good situation whatsoever.
And you can hear the crowd blow up at that as well. Now that NaVi are within striking distance of picking up this first map, money is just fine for NaVi. They'll have everything they need to close out this map, whereas Envy, after that round, it's catastrophic for them. Money,
this is the car boot sale. They've gone there. They've sold the children's toys. They've sold the encyclopedia that's 5 years out of date. They've got what they can. That's armor, that's some pistols, and a few random nades.
Now they visited the pawn shop. Let's see if they can get their money back.
It's a bit early for pawn shops, Semler.
Question is whether NaVi decide to go for the peaks or not. Guardian has already rotated back around towards Arch to hold this angle. Don't think that he's going to be going through it again. The smoke goes down to block him off. And NaVi, now the key here is for NaVi to make the right call, and they're rotating C's already over from that B site. They want to gather up 4 players on this A site in case Envy were to go for an early push.
Again, Flamey still has the smoke. While EnVyUs are heading over in that direction, they may go for a safety and numbers push here. Flamey's not going to throw it in time. They're going to be past the smoke. Actually, that's just a bad smoke. And he could pay for it. NBK is going to chase him down. Flamey running for his life now. And we've got French players storming the B bomb site. He has to hold for his team here. We've got one player C's rotating from CT, but he's going to be too late to stop the plant here.
Yeah, and the smoke to block off CT as well. There isn't much he can do. Seized is actually going to get into a bit of a battle here versus Shoxy, who's just keeping the pressure up, but Seized eventually overwhelms him, and it's going to be down to the remaining single member here, Kiyoshima. He's at the back of the site behind new boxes. He's got an M4, but that's nothing compared to the 4 remaining members of NaVi, who just swamp him in the end. Edward gets the job done, and NaVi are going to be on map point.
NaVi going huge here in Kiev today with the new boy Flamey, and again, the Edward and Guardian standing out right at the moment with 28 and 24 kills respectively. But other than that, the kills are well spread out across the whole team. And the same can be said for EnVyUs as well. But at the moment, you know, I mean, they seem to have adjusted now that we are into the clutch part of the map. But they have been very aggressive indeed, and it may have cost them more rounds than it should have.
Yeah, and I think they were a bit slow to start as well. And now they're trying to play catch-up. NaVi aren't a team that are just going to give you a bunch of rounds on a platter. So it's turned into a real brutal battle here. At Envy, they're not done yet. 3 rounds separating these teams. Overtime is still a possibility, but NaVi are geared up, and they are heated up. Seized is going to take out NBK. Great spray down banana there. NBK getting greedy, just hanging around just a second too long. And the punish, of course, is going to come.
Once again, this control of Banana has ruined Envy, and they know it's been a problem for them. They tried to push the smoke, but they didn't have the firepower to stop NaVi getting to that map point. That map point that most people probably didn't see them getting here. Are we seeing a different NaVi? Are we seeing a new, stronger NaVi? EnVyUs getting cut down once again, 4 versus 2. Only Happy and Kiyoshima remaining. They do have control of the bomb, though.
But that smoke is down. That smoke is down, blocking them out. There was a huge over-rotation coming out from Flamey. 3 guys alive on the A side, and Flamey was starting to haul over there as well. There was an opportunity, but that smoke blocking down just bought enough time for Flamey to get back in position for them to reassert the defense here. Happy is gone. Kiyoshima, however, did pick up a kill over on the A side, but they got to be wondering, where's the bomb and where's Kiyoshima going?
Look how dire things are here for EnVyUs. They had the bomb. They had only 2 players alive in the bomb at bottom of Banana, and that's going to be map 1 here for NaVi. This is a huge lead for NaVi, and how do EnVyUs keep their head in the game? They feel like they are the best team on Inferno, and they've been completely shut down and denied by NaVi.
Yeah, Happy is going to have a very stern talking, to the rest of the team here. They're going to go outside, and he's usually the man when these kinds of situations arise. He's going to be the man who's just basically going to sit them down in a circle and say, "Get your heads in the game," and he's like pistol whipping them with a Tech 9 basically while he does that.